This is the Washington Times front page for Monday, October 16th, 2023. Thanks for starting your week with us. I'm George Gerbo.
The front page is brought to you by American Hartford Gold. Their gold IRA strategy can shield your wealth from an economic meltdown and is both tax and penalty free. Call 866-525-4680 for more or text TWT to 65532.
The Iran-backed militant group Hezbollah launched at least 5 anti-tank guided missiles into northern Israel on Sunday. Guy Taylor, Ben Wolfgang, and Jeff Murdoch report the attack comes a day after Iranian officials warned the Lebanon-based group was poised to aid Hamas by opening a second front against Israel. Israel responded to the strikes by shelling Hezbollah sites inside of Lebanon. With a humanitarian crisis growing in the Gaza Strip and escalation concerns mounting, the Biden administration scrambled through the weekend to try to calm regional nerves while attempting to deter Iran and Hezbollah from further provocations. The president has often reacted slowly to crises and offered an ever-shifting, if not contradictory, foreign policy. Questions are mounting about his handling of world affairs, from the chaotic Afghanistan withdrawal to the $6 billion hostage deal with Iran that preceded the Hamas attack. Texas Governor Greg Abbott is stepping up his busing campaign, sending another 10,000 migrants to Democratic-led cities in the last 2 weeks. Stephen Dinan reports Abbott kicked his operation into a higher gear over the past month with more than 17,000 migrants sent north. Roughly 10,000 arrived in the past 2 weeks. Aides to the governor say migrants sign a waiver making clear they are boarding the buses voluntarily and that they know where they are headed.
The front page is brought to you by American Hartford Gold. When you look at the news today, all you see is a financial landscape that's growing more and more dangerous, especially for your retirement funds. Stubborn inflation, soaring interest rates, and astronomical debt could drain their value. The good news is that there's a strategy that can protect your financial future. It's the Gold IRA from American Hartford Gold. This Gold IRA strategy can shield your wealth from an economic meltdown and is both tax and penalty free. American Hartford Gold has earned a 5-star rating from thousands of reviews and an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. Mention the Front Page Podcast and they'll give you up to $5,000 of free silver on your first order. Call 866-525-4680 or text TWT to 65532. That's 866-525-4680 or text TWT to 65532.
Efforts to prevent women from leaving abortion-restrictive states to terminate their pregnancies have forced fierce court challenges from pro-choice groups. Sean Salai reports in Texas, 3 counties have enacted ordinances allowing private citizens to sue anyone transporting women on local highways for abortions. And in May, Idaho enacted a law forbidding anyone from transporting pregnant minors across state lines for abortions without parental permission. The recent efforts have prompted lawsuits or threats of legal action from pro-choice groups that argue such measures are unconstitutionally vague and subject to arbitrary enforcement. And finally, the House panel investigating the origins of the coronavirus announced it had served a subpoena on the National Institutes of Health for records that could show attempts to protect Dr. Anthony Fauci from scrutiny. Stephen Dinan reports panel chair Brad Wenstrup's subpoena seeks that the NIH disclose emails from Fauci's assistant, who used his personal email address to respond to media-related requests. You can find all of today's front page stories at WashingtonTimes.com/frontpage or on the Washington Times app, and find us wherever you get your podcasts. Just search Washington Times in any major podcast app. You can also find us on social media at Wash Times for breaking news, sports, commentary, and more. For the Washington Times, I'm George Gerbo.